Russell Westbrook is now retired. And it sucks. Russell Westbrook, growing up, one of my favorite basketball players. This was someone that no matter what you want to say about him, you call him Westbrook, he's inefficient, he doesn't show up in the playoffs, this and that. This is someone that you never doubted was going to go 100% on the court. You never doubted that. Even if it wasn't going well, even if it was 0 for 10, he was always going to go out there and put in effort. And that's something I'm always going to respect from a basketball player, regardless if they're good. I respect that with most basketball players, the fact that they'll go out there and truly put the effort in, even when they're not playing well. Like, I'm sure Denzel Valentine was playing his heart out when he took that one shot against the Heat. I'm always going to respect putting in the work, even if it doesn't work out all the time. And Russell Westbrook, unfortunately, like a Charles Barkley, is going to be a victim of ring culture when that should not be the conversation. Because when you think of a guy like Charles Barkley was a dominant player, an MVP, an arguable top 20 player of all time. He's a legend, and yet a lot of people just talk about, oh, he didn't win a ring. I'm like, yeah, his prime was during, Michael Jordan, and then for 2 years, Hakeem Olajuwon. Like, that's not his fault. And Charles Barkley's a legend. I'm not going to just sit here and be like, oh, he didn't win a ring, he's not worth anything. And that same thing, I hope it doesn't happen to Russell Westbrook. It might not, because maybe Russ is on that level of like Allen Iverson, where like everyone loves Allen Iverson. But even then, I think Russ has just received so much more slander than Iverson ever did. And I hope it's not about the championships, because honestly, I don't care. The best teammate that he ever had left him right when they had their chance and broke down when they were up 3-1. I'm not trying to hear a conversation about how Russell Westbrook, because he didn't win a ring, is worthless. This is a player who is a top point guard of all time. Wherever you put him is subjective, but he's up there. I mean, he's amazing. Like, he reinvented how we feel about guards in general. I mean, guards did not rebound at his height like him. Guards were not putting up triple doubles like that. Like I just said in a video today, it still blows my mind that in the 21st century, Lance Stevenson led the NBA with 5 triple doubles, and Russell Westbrook could get 5 triple doubles in like 8 games. Like, Russell Westbrook was doing things on a basketball court we had never seen from a guard, and that hadn't really seen from a lot of players. Like, it's nuts what he can do on a basketball court, and I'm never going to forget that. The angry dunks, even the times where, his jumpers would fall, and he would have a huge block and just yell and just put it all out there. That's the type of passion that I want from my athletes. That is the type of passion I want from anyone in any aspect of life. I don't care if you just put together the best Burger King Whopper order ever. If you're going to put in the passion, you're going to be like, oh yeah, like I made this Whopper. I want you on my team. I want you on my side. Like, that is how I feel with Russell Westbrook. This is someone that, regardless of what you say about the missed shots, about the inefficiency, about, oh, he's uncoachable, which I don't buy that. This is still a guy I want on my team. And I've never really seen people be like, oh yeah, like former NBA players be like, yeah, I did not want Russ as a teammate. It never happened. And when you look through his career, this is someone who had over 200 triple doubles, 9-time All-Star, 9-time All-NBA, 3-time assist title, 2-time scoring title, and of course, one of the more impressive MVP runs we have seen in recent years. Someone who lost the best player on his team and still made the playoffs, was still incredible, was still peaking. And the thing is, there's just so many good versions of Russell Westbrook. You've got the version of Russell Westbrook, obviously, on the OKC Thunder, dominant, MVP, makes it to the finals early on, averages like 27, 6, and 6. You've got Washington Wizards Russell Westbrook. I skipped over Rockets. We'll get back to that. Washington Wizards Russell Westbrook was super interesting. Bradley Beal was having the time of his life. That was Bradley Beal's best season when he had Russell Westbrook on his team. Russell Westbrook was putting up crazy stat lines, just doing ridiculous stuff. He was having fun. Of course, Houston Rockets Russell Westbrook. I mean, when he first got there, holy crap. Like, this was an incredible basketball player. Him and Harden being on the same team was crazy. Even if it didn't work necessarily all the time, like, that was still, like, Russell Westbrook, to put it straight, was so good that the Houston Rockets were like, yeah, we'll start PJ Tucker at center. That's how good Russell Westbrook was. That he went to a team and they were willing to reformulate the team because he was that good. And James Harden was a guy who benefited a lot from having a Clint Capella, from having a Tyson Chandler, obviously in a smaller role, from having the guys who he could feed on lobs. And Russell Westbrook was so good, they were like, yeah, just go get me Robert Covington. Like that. That's how good Russell Westbrook was as a Houston Rocket. And even, obviously, Lakers and Kings was not as great. Let's just have fun out there. That's when it really just took a wrong turn for Russ. But he was obviously not the only problem in Los Angeles. And no, this is not going to be an unnecessary LeBron hate thing. I mean, his first year he got there, that was the team that had, a washed Melo and a washed Wayne Ellington and a washed everybody. Like, I'm not blaming that on Russ. The roster construction was always questionable. And yes, he had some bad games. Like, don't get me wrong. Russell Westbrook had plenty of bad games to the Lakers. But I'm going to remember Russell Westbrook as a legend. I'm going to remember him for his peak, for his prime, for his dominance. And I'm not going to be thinking about his time on the Kings, his time on the Lakers. I'm going to be thinking about the good times. And that's what I want to do, because at the end of the day, I don't care about rings. I don't care about all that. If you were a great player on the court, I'm going to remember you as a legend. That's it. Even a guy like Tracy McGrady, I'm always going to acknowledge Tracy McGrady was a great player. The man did not make it past the first round as the best player on the team. But even then, like, that's not going to stop me from being like, oh yeah, like Tracy McGrady's a great player. Like, he's not worthless. He's not worthless by any stretch. He just, it was just different in the playoffs. But Russell Westbrook, you're a legend. We're all going to miss you as an NBA community. And unfortunately, this retirement, it wasn't surprising, but it was the right time to go, because you want to leave the game before the game leaves you. And that's about all there is to it. Like, Russell Westbrook is legend. He will be a first ballot Hall of Famer without a doubt. His 0 will be retired for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He will be remembered as a legend. And for those who want to take away from his legacy, take away, oh, you didn't have a ring, this and that, just don't. Just don't, because Russell Westbrook was amazing, and I'm not going to let anyone change my perception of him. I never will. And even in the years where he was Westbrook, and even in the years when he was losing games, and even the years when he's like, oh, let's just go have fun out there, I'm not going to remember the last few years. Jordan fans don't care about his time on the Wizards. LeBron fans will likely not be thinking much about his time on the Sixers. So why should I have to do that for Russell Westbrook?